Welcome to the Free to Soar podcast. My mission is to inspire, empower, and equip heart-centered, mission-driven, kingdom-minded business owners to show up freely and fully as the brilliant, powerful change makers that you are, so that you can lead the business and the life of your dreams. You'll enjoy vulnerable, authentic conversations with me and other heart-centered, mission-driven leaders that will spark your heart and ignite your passion to powerfully transform you, your business, and your life from the inside out. Your next level of impact and income is about unleashing the fullness of you, reprogramming your limiting beliefs and patterns, tapping into and trusting your inner wisdom, and harnessing God's power within you so that you can unlock new possibilities in your business and your life. And this show brings it to you. Step with me into a God-powered reality wilder than your wildest dreams, with freedom, impact, abundance, and enjoyment that you were created for. Let's go. Welcome back to the Free to Soar podcast. This podcast is for business owners and leaders who want more freedom, impact, and joy in their businesses and their lives. I'm Connie Jones, your business and transformation coach. And today we're diving into a topic that affects more business owners than you think. It's the silent traps that keep your business and you stagnant and spinning in circles. Whether you've been in business for 1 year or for 10 years, you might feel like you're grinding harder than ever, but you're still not growing in the way that you'd like. Or maybe your business isn't. And if that's you, you're not alone. Today, I'm unpacking 6 of the most common traps that keep business owners stuck. And I'm going to give you real practical solutions from both a business strategy and a mindset transformation perspective. So grab a notebook, because this might just be the wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Let's dive in. Trap number 1 is the operator trap. And it's the trying to do everything yourself trap. It's one of the most common traps. You started your business wearing all the hats. You do all the marketing. And you kind of have to at first. It's not a bad thing. You do all the things when you start your business. It's your baby. You do the marketing, you do the operations, you do the HR, the customer service, and you're the confident expert. So all of that you're handling, and you can juggle that for a little while, but somewhere along the way, you forgot to take any of those hats off. And so here you are, still trapped in with all those hats on, trying to do it all. And the symptoms of that when it's not working is that you're constantly busy, but nothing feels like it's moving forward. You can't take a vacation without stress. You're working nights and weekends, and then you're working on the business in the times when you're supposed to be off, and you're working in the business most of the time. You think no one can do it quite like I can do it. So I want to give an example. I had a client who was a doctor who was seeing all the patients. She was doing her bookkeeping. She was doing the marketing. She was managing the operations, and it was dragging her down. She was exhausted. It was dragging the business down. She was the bottleneck, and her business couldn't grow because she had become the ceiling, because she couldn't step back and focus on doing the things that only she could do. And it was, again, she was maxed at her capacity, and the business could only grow at the extent that her capacity could grow. So the shift, if you're in this trap, the shift is, from a business strategy standpoint, is about creating systems. It's about delegating. It's about identifying the highest return on your investment activities and start delegating the rest, even if you do it imperfectly at first. Ask yourself, what's my zone of genius that only I can do? And what's important for me to do that will move the business forward towards our goals? So I want you to really notice, are you doing the 95%? Are you doing the 5% that's really going to move the business forward that only you can do? The transformational coaching tip in this is to identify or redefine your identity. It's redefining that identity of who you've been to the business, the role that you've played in the business, instead of being the doer, which has worked so well for you for so long. I want you to shift into the leader, the true visionary, the developer. A leader doesn't do everything. The leader creates systems and delegates so that everything gets done well. And that leader is only doing what he or she does well that moves that business forward. And that's where the real growth begins. So ask yourself, who am I if I'm not doing everything? What would that leader, that visionary leader, me look like? All right. Trap number 2, the comfort trap, settling for good enough. This one's sneaky because your business is doing fine. It pays the bills. Maybe it gives you some lifestyle perks, but deep down, you know that you're playing small still. Revenue hasn't changed in years. You avoid innovation or risk. You feel unchallenged, but it's safe and it's familiar and it's comfortable. You know it. Um, I'll give you an example of this. A coaching client ran a 6-figure agency, but hadn't raised her prices in 4 years. Why? Because things were working. They were just fine. But fine isn't fulfilling, and fine isn't growth. A therapist hadn't raised her prices, and she's still seeing clients one-on-one day after day with no time, no space to make shifts or create new offers. She isn't working in a way that energizes her, and her work feels stagnant. And so is her revenue. The shift in this from a business strategy standpoint is stretch your capacity. Build a bold 90-day goal that requires innovation and discomfort. And learn how to reclaim your time. How would your business look and feel and be structured if it lit you up truly and was in true growth mode? The transformational coaching tip in this is to examine the fear underneath. Often we fear visibility, judgment, and failure more than we fear stagnation. Start with the belief, I can be safe and successful at the same time. Let's look at trap number 3, the people-pleasing trap. It's that old fear of conflict or disappointing others. And many entrepreneurs, especially heart-centered ones, stay stuck because they're afraid to say no, they're afraid to set boundaries, and they're afraid to hold other people accountable. The symptoms of this in your business are you are overcommitted. Team members underperform, but they stay. You just keep tolerating what you're not really okay with. You feel resentment building. That's the telltale, is the resentment. For example, give you an example of a client. One founder, a visionary founder of a business, had a team member who was clearly under delivering, and she just wouldn't confront them. She was afraid to. It hurt, and her not confronting them hurt morale and created a toxic culture, and it limited the growth of the business. But she was afraid that she would lose her, and so she just allowed it. Once she had the conversion using very clear and very compassionate, kind communication, everything shifted and the business could grow. The shift, if this is where you are, the shift from a business strategy standpoint is to create clear expectations, to create accountability systems, and have regular check-ins with your people. The transformational coaching tip or the mindset shift is that you are not responsible for how others feel about your boundaries. You're responsible for leading with integrity. So let your values and not your fear guide your conversations, and everything will begin to shift. Trap number 4, the urgency and fear trap. It's doing all the things from panic and anxiety. This trap looks like hustle, but it's actually just fear in disguise. You're stuck in reactive mode. Just saying yes to everything, every opportunity, every client request. And you're reacting from that fear place because you're afraid not to do something, because you don't really know, you don't have a good, clear, empowering strategy and plan about how you're going to make the business grow or allow the business to grow. You're just doing all the things. You're not, in that case, leading from clarity. You're leading from scarcity and desperation. The symptoms of this in your business are you're always busy, but nothing feels intentional. You don't really know if it's producing. You just know that you're doing a whole lot of things. You're not really making sure that you're getting those results from those things that you want. You're launching, you're posting, you're emailing constantly, but with little return. You make decisions from fear of missing out, fear of falling behind, fear of losing income, fear of not knowing what to do. So you just do what you think you're supposed to do. I worked with a business owner who was offering 7 different services and launching courses every quarter and running ads to 3 different audiences. And when we stripped it back to one offer, one audience, revenue went up and stress went way down. Other business owners are marketing everywhere or doing podcasts, videos, newsletters, social media, getting involved in everything, throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. Busyness is not productivity. So it's taking a look at what is truly productive and what's your game plan to, to have sustainable, consistent, effective lead gen to grow your business. What marketing really works and what is sustainable? The shift is to business strategy wise to get ruthlessly focused, very clear. Choose one core offer, one primary customer, and one main marketing channel, and do it consistently and do it well. And do it with your whole heart in a fully aligned, confident space, energy. The transformational coaching tip here, the little mindset shift. Fear says do more to feel safe, but safety comes from grounded strategy and self-trust. So practice pausing. Ask yourself, am I doing this from alignment or because I'm afraid? Trap number 5. It's that perfectionism trap. Waiting until it's good, it finally feels good enough and it's finally ready, right? This trap masquerades as high standards, but it's really about fear of failure and really about control. The symptoms of this are that projects take forever to launch. You rarely ship new offers, content, or ideas. You spend more time planning than executing. Nothing ever feels like it's good enough, and nothing ever feels like it's ready to go. A client was sitting on a new a new program for over a year, tweaking it endlessly. And we did a 30-day sprint to launch as a beta with paying customers, and it wasn't perfect, but it worked. And now it's our top revenue stream. If this is where you are, here's the business strategy shift. The shift in the strategy is to use a launch, then refine model. Let's get it out there. It is good enough. Let's get it out there and then let's refine it. Let's set a deadline and let's move on it. Let's get it done. Done is better than perfect. And the transformational coaching tip, the mindset shift in this is perfection is the enemy of momentum. Reframe your failure as data. It's learning. It's good information that you've received. Progress always trumps polish. We can polish all the time, but we've got to move to getting progress little bit by little bit. Okay. And then finally, trap 6. Trap 6 is the lone wolf strategy or the lone wolf trap. It's where you just have no mentorship, no support system. You're just trying to do everything yourself. And as a doer, as a high achiever, we are great at this. We've always been able to get things done. We've usually always had to do them ourselves. Many of us are hyper independent. We've had to just make it work. We just had to get it done. And that's a survival behavior and mindset. And it works for us. It's allowed us to survive and succeed up to this point. but it's not allowing us to grow and expand into the next level version of ourselves. Success can be isolating. Leadership is isolating. Many business owners operate in silos, thinking that they have to figure it out all alone and that they should have all the answers. It's their business, right? But that's just not true. It doesn't happen that way. So the symptoms, if you're in this place, is that you feel like no one gets it. You're not investing in coaching or mentorship. You have no community. You have no one to bounce ideas off of, get guidance or input from, ask questions to, or be challenged by. You second guess your decisions often. You're just not sure if what you're doing is the best way. And you're just kind of stuck in the stagnant day to day, just doing all the things, but not really sure if it's really producing what you want, and you're not seeing the results you want. The shift in this business strategy wise is to invest in your growth, join communities, hire a mentor, hire a coach, surround yourself with expanded people who are going to expand you. The transformational coaching tip is, from a mindset standpoint, is you don't have to prove your independence by struggling. True leaders ask for help. It's a good thing to ask. So let's recap those 6 traps again. Number 1, the operator traps, doing it all yourself. Secondly, the comfort trap, settling for it's just fine, it's good enough. People-pleasing trap is avoiding the hard conversations, not setting boundaries. The urgency and fear trap are doing all the things from anxiety and fear, from panic, reactivity. The perfectionism trap is waiting too long to do anything, to put it out there. The lone wolf trap is going it alone and trying to do it all yourself, all on your own with no support. And here's the truth. You are not stuck because you're not capable. You are absolutely very capable. You're stuck because you're trapped. But every trap has a key. And those keys are strategy, support, and that inner transformation, expanding your mindset, expanding what you've always known as, expanding your identity, who you've always known yourself to be, expanding your role, having things begin to shift and look different. And it's so hard to do that ourselves when we've only known one way and one thing. And we've been doing that for so long. It's that well-worn path. We get stuck there. But we can shift. We can expand. We can grow. We can open up possibilities like never before. So if this episode has resonated with you and you're ready to get unstuck, head to ConnieJonesCoach.com to connect with me, and one-on-one coaching, a mastermind for support with other business owners and guidance and inner work. We do the inner work and the strategy. We do holistic coaching for the whole person to expand you as the leader of your business and to coach your business to its next level of success. And if this message served to you, share it with a fellow entrepreneur and leave a review to help more aligned leaders find their path forward. And until next time, keep growing. And it's just keep aligning and keep elevating. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me today on the Free to Soar podcast, where we empower and equip you to lead the business and the life of your dreams with freedom, impact, enjoyment, and abundance. I look forward to our next episode together, and I invite you to subscribe to be notified of new episodes as they are released. Please share this or your favorite episode with a friend or a loved one, and I'd love it if you'd leave a review on iTunes and Spotify.